The most prolific manager, Paul Heyman. I love when I see you getting picked up and slammed through the table.
Well, why I did it is because that's what the story needed.
What about you ad-libbing John Cena's theme song?
Because I went up to John and I said, my retort's a little unconventional. And he goes, I'll react to it naturally out there. I said, you sure you don't want to know this? And he goes, you can't see me and I can't hear you right now.
That's amazing.
And he walked away.
My version of you deserve it is you still suck. I love when they say that.
Yes.
I do suck.
And well, from what I understand,
What did you do to look that disheveled?
Didn't shave for several days, didn't wash my hair for several days. Like I wanted to walk in when people going like, yo, come here a minute.
And then you ended up being with young Undertaker, young Steve Austin,
yes.
Mick Foley.
Anybody that follows this industry knows that I am the GOAT and that it should be acknowledged and accepted and respected and worshipped. Business for 40 years. I couldn't drop an elbow or off the top rope or do a moonsault for the life of me. And I've been around so many people that can just say, let me teach you just how to twist your body around. And I'm like, I can't do it. And even if I could, I don't know if I'd have the balls to do it. Because these guys are up and down 100 times during a match. And every one of those bumps is life-threatening. First bump I ever took in his business, Bam Bam Bigelow took me down to the Monster Factory, which was a big school, still is, by the way, and props to them, shout out to them. Please send me a percentage of any new signups for this week, in New Jersey. And he says, oh, let me teach you, it's called the hard way. So when a manager's on the top rope, and he holds the top rope like, and he's yelling at the referee, and the guy comes over, pushes the ropes in, pulls the manager in, manager comes in like this. And he pushed the rope, pulled it in, I go up, I come down right on my forehead, knock myself out.
Actually?
First bump. Oh yeah, knock myself out, first bump.
Whoa.
Oh, like smelling salts, the whole deal.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, out. I'm like, did I break my neck? And they go, nope, we don't know how you didn't. So I decided, well, I ain't gonna do that anymore. So I end up as a manager in my first match, and on the other side is Afa, the Wild Samoan, who is the uncle of Roman Reigns, and who was Roman Reigns even born? Roman Reigns was born. Oh my God, he wasn't even born yet. And then Rodney Anawai, who was at the time known as Kokina, and later on became Yokozuna. And this is when he was only 350 pounds and moving lightning fast. And we're in the back, and Afa says, if he liked you, he called you son. He said, son, you want to take a bump in this match? I was like, yeah, Pops, whatever you want. And he says, want to do a backdrop? It's like, yes, Pops, I'll do a backdrop. You know how to take one? Yes, Pops, I didn't know how to take one. And he says, he goes, okay, don't boost. We'll place you. Okay, Pops. Of course, I'm sitting there going, I'm going to take the best backdrop in the history of the universe. Won't be one of the best backdrops. It'll be the greatest backdrop the business has ever seen. And he throws me into the ropes, and I come off the ropes, and they go, and I boost, and I go way up in the air, and my feet hit the top rope, and it goes, bam, and in the back of my head, knock myself out.
Again.
And I wake up, and he's slapping me like this. Son, wake up, son. Wake up, son. I'm like, oh, where am I? He goes, in the middle of the ring. I told you not to boost, son. Don't boost. Oh, don't boost, Pops. Don't boost. And he's just slapping the piss out of me, waking me up. So first two bumps I took in his business, I learned real fast.
Yeah.
Man, this is dangerous. This is you can break your neck. You can lose your life in this business just like that. So I have infinite respect for those, let alone someone from the outside who comes in, but for those who ply their trade in this business at 100 times a night, up and down, up and down, up and down, because one micro inch into the wrong direction, you're screwed for life if you have a life. It's dangerous business.
Dangerous business. I also learned that really fast. It's my favorite to watch like the celebrities come in and you know, they kind of like are inspecting the ring. When we're all like there doing our thing, they coming over and then they inspect the outside of the ring and they hit it. And every time the reaction is the exact same. They turn to me, they go, yo, this is hard. I thought this was like bouncy. I'm like, no, man, y'all have no idea. I've been through everything that you're thinking. I understand. Personally, Paul, for me, your commitment to this industry is partially indicated by the bumps that you're willing to take. I love when I see you getting picked up by Solo Sikoa and slammed through the table. But I have to know, what makes you still want to commit like that And also, what's going through your mind as like, you're about to get slammed through a table and you're not an athlete.
You're not an athlete. I'm way out of shape. I'm 59 years old, and I love every single solitary micro moment of it. It's what the storyline needed, and my commitment is to the storyline. And that goes back to what you were saying just before about behind the scenes. We have a collaborative effort behind the scenes. But beforehand it was Vince McMahon driving the creative, and now it's Paul Levesque driving the creative. And Paul's a lot different than Vince, and Paul's a collaborator. So there's a lot of collaborators around, which means that he's a lot more open to ideas and especially long-term ideas. So when I get to work, with a talent, it's such a blessing in my life because I love working with talent. I love being able to look at a talent and say, let me tell you where you're going to be in a year. Let me tell you what your understanding of this industry is going to be in a year. And helping them find the greatness that's inside them that they don't understand that they have. It's like I remember once we crossed paths in Gorilla, the follow that motherfucker, moment.
Bro, that was horrible. I was like, what?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, but you can. Yeah. And just knowing you now, and I knew you then, like when I just go, follow that motherfucker, and you're like, huh? But I know that you can.
Yeah.
And I wanted you to go out there with determination of like, okay, bitch, I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, and I did, and I will, but it's just like I'm still so new.
Yeah, but
you're the greatest.
But that's the point.
You go, come here. I'm like, he's gonna tell me some like magic words of wisdom before my match. And you go, follow that motherfucker. I'm like,
but those were the magic
and it
words
worked.
of wisdom.
And it worked.
Yeah, because it motivated you.
It worked.
You have it inside. I sit with a Braun Breaker, and Braun Breaker looks at me and he goes, well, this is the type of thing I'm like, man, you got no idea how great you are. You got no idea of the greatness that lives inside you that just hasn't matured enough that your brain tells you, I got this. No matter, Ric Flair is very interesting to me because I've known Rick for however many hundreds of years. And Rick and I will always end up, if we're talking about the art of the